Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. After post-lunch, we have a very eminent personality with us, Dr. Pranav Pandya, the Chancellor of Dev Sanskar Vishwavidyalaya, Haridwar. He is a gold medalist in medicine, MD. Dr. Pranav Pandya is qualified for US Medical Services in 1976. He chose to stay back in India to awaken the inner conscience of the brethren. It's a yeoman service that he is doing for the society, and all of us know about him from the beginning. He himself established this Dev Sanskar University, and he participated in various conferences and delivered exclusive lectures at Cambridge University, Oxford University, Harvard University, University of California at Los Angeles, and other reputed universities across the world. We are privileged to have him with us to listen to him what he has got to say about this value education. He has addressed a joint session of the House of Lords and the House of Commons in London in February 1992. He had been honored by the NASA, National Aeronautics and Space Administration, in 1996 as a distinguished scientist and a reformer. Honored with Lifetime Achievement Award at the National Symposium on Science of Holistic Living by Sevagram, Wardha. I now request Sir to say a few words to this august gathering for the next 1 hour. Over to Dr. Pranav Pandya.
A very warm welcome to August gathering here, and I learned today in the morning that since about 3 days or 4 days these sessions are going on, and there are various specialists of the education side and various other administrative side who have been coming and delivering the lectures. I am a medical doctor, so being a medical doctor, I won't bring medicine in my lectures, but I'll bring values which come from inside. I like to initially start with the formal address. Air Vice Marshal S.S. Sharma, Assistant Chief of Air Staff Education, Executive Director of Principals and Air Force Schools, all the Air Force schools which are present, and all air warriors who are present here. I am taking you to a journey of about 40 minutes in which I'll be carrying towards the one experiment which I have conducted in my life. From 2002 to 2016, 14 years journey has been a very, very painful journey, very, very interesting journey, and I would like you to become a part of it, so that you start doing the same experiment in your own schools, own colleges, own institutions, and later on this spreads like anything all over the country, so that the value-based education becomes a reality. Now, what is value? If you see the value education, the meaning of the value is worth, and valueless means worthless. ये आदमी कीमती है मतलब ये आदमी काम का है. Valuable man, a valuable man. A valuable thing is gold. A valuable thing is someone who has got immense potential and he can do something impossible in this world. That is valuable thing. So this is how you should calculate the value. And that person is valueless. Don't give much attention to him. So this is how the value is defined. Friedrich Nietzsche, you know him. He wrote about Adolf Hitler also, as a German philosopher. 1880, he used for the first time word value, and he used it for the moral values. That moral values and all these emotional feelings, mental feelings are because of the values. But he was a man who was a philosopher, and he went into different direction, and he started saying God has died. We have buried him very deeply he became a totally atheist, and Adolf Hitler followed him and his philosophy. So value word first came from, in Western world, came from there. You see, adopting the values, we need a attitude. मैं बोलता जा रहा हूँ तो हिंदी में भी आ रहा है सामने, बट आई एम स्पीकिंग, ट्राइंग टू स्पीक इन बोथ. दृष्टिकोण जरूरी है. आवर एटीट्यूड, व्हाट वी थिंक about ourselves, what we think about surroundings, our world surrounding us, our politicians, our leaders, our family members. What is necessary is attitude. Attitude is a very important word. What Nietzsche said was about the values, and he didn't believe in God, but God has not been defined properly. God is the summum bonum of qualities, ideals and virtues. Wherever the ideals are there, wherever the qualities are there, they are collected together, God is there. And wherever they are not there, the God is not there. So this is one thing which we should try to understand, that when I talk of theism, astikta, that is believing in the values, believing in the qualities, believing in the virtues. All these things, they combine together, they become God. So God may be there. While we have been reading mythology in our Indian culture, God may be there in the form of Mukutdhari Sri Krishna or Dhanurdhari Sri Ram. He may be there. But what I am talking of God is, scientifically speaking, explained God. And if we want to inculcate the moral values in our day-to-day life, we will have to adopt the values which are applying to theism, Astiktavadi darshan. God exists. You see, if you tell me that show me God, how can I show you the God? You see, we are seated in a auditorium which is air conditioned, and we are feeling the cool breeze coming from there. Now you tell me that, Dr. Sahab, you show us the air, where is the cool breeze is coming? I cannot show you. I can tell you, feel it. God is a thing to be felt, to be assessed from inside. We cannot feel the air coming from the fan. We cannot see it, but we can feel it. So this is how the नैतिक मूल्य का समावेश हो, तो आस्तिकतावादी दर्शन को अपनाना होगा. We will have to adopt the आस्तिकतावादी दर्शन कि God is there in each and every part and parcel of the whole cosmos. There is a saying in the Ishavasyopanishad, Ishavasyamidam sarvam yat kincha jagatyam jagat. This is the first verse of the Ishavasyopanishad. Ishavasyamidam sarvam yat kincha jagatyam jagat tena tyaktena bhunjitha ma gridha kasasvidhanam. How many of you are versed with the Sanskrit? I just want to know by raising your hand. You know Sanskrit, little bit Sanskrit, yes. पढ़ा है आप? जी जी, बस ठीक. So if even if few of you know it, you will start developing a inner desire to learn more, because this is the first verse which is the key of the all Upanishads. Upanishads are the essence of our culture, Indian culture. And when Heisenberg came to learn Upanishad, he came to India, and he came to Maharshi Raman and Sri Aurobindo, and he tried to learn from them, and he said, these are the gems, and if one understands the gems, even Max Muller has written that the Upanishads are the nectar of the whole spirituality. So this is Ten Tektena Bhunjitha Ma Gridha Kasasvidhanam. I will just tell you the meaning in Hindi. ईशावास्यमिदं सर्वम, ये परमात्मा कण कण में संव्याप्त है, जड़ में, चेतन में, सब जगह. Even here, even there, even there, even there, and even in you, and even in me, even in the wall, even in the floor, everywhere. ईशावास्यमिदं सर्वम यत् किंच जगत्याम जगत तेन त्यक्तेन भुंजिता. Learn to live with sacrifice. त्यक्तेन means त्याग. त्याग के साथ जीना सीखो, भोग के साथ नहीं. मतलब we are living in the ecological system, and we are trying to utilize the ecological things like water, like air, like the monsoon rains and everything, but we do not give it back. If we start giving it back to them, then there will be no calamity, there will be no disasters. तेन त्यक्तेन भुंजिता, भोग तो करो पर त्याग के साथ। माँ गृध कस्य स्विधनम। गृध मीन्स गिद्ध, गिद्ध आपने उसका बाज का देखा होगा, ईगल को देखा होगा, उसकी दृष्टि हमेशा नीचे रहती है किसी भी मरी चीज़ पर, किसी भी लाश पर, और उसकी तरह से दृष्टि मत रखो किसी के धन पर, किसी स्त्री पर, किसी व्यक्ति के ऊपर निगाह मत रखो। माँ गृध कस्य स्विधनम। These particular two lines, they say that we should believe that everything is being watched by God. Everything is being seen by God. There is a small story. There was a small boy, young boy. He was told by his mother that, beta, never do anything wrong because everything is being watched by God. Even if I do it in the closed room, yes, everywhere. Even if I do it on the back of the house, yes, there also. Now this thing came in his mind because in young age of 2-3 years, everything gets established. Now his father came after about 10 or 12 years when he was young enough and told, beta, we will go and cut the crop. So he's asked कि our crop is totally dried, कौन सी crop काटेंगे आप? बोले पड़ोसी की crop काटेंगे. Anyway, he followed the father's instruction. And then father said, beta, तू यहाँ खड़ा हो जा, you stand up here and tell me if someone is watching. If someone is watching, just tell me. The moment he started cutting the crop, the son started thinking, my mother said that God watches from everywhere, whether it is dark or whether it is lighted or whether it is ground or whether it is a house or whether it is your own place. He says, Papa, bhago, 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 koi dekh raha hai, koi dekh raha hai. Then both of them ran away and he went to the home, and after coming to the home, the father asked son, who was watching? He said, God was watching. God saw you doing it, and I don't think it is wrong. Don't think it is wrong or good, but he was watching. Your instruction was, watch. Someone is watching, just tell me. So I told you the answer. Now this son, this boy, gives us a very good teaching that everywhere godly consciousness is there, and we should not do any wrong thing. Whether it is a corruption, whether it is a taking a bribe, whether it is taking below the table or above the table, anywhere you do it, everything will be watched. So this is one thing which is we have to keep in mind. So यदि जीवन में नैतिक मूल्यों का समावेश करना है, तो this philosophy of आस्तिकतावाद, that we believe in God, we believe in existence of God, believe in godly virtues, then this will start coming to us. We should try to understand that we don't need only education. We need education as well as wisdom. Education plus wisdom, shiksha or vidya combined together, that makes the whole comprehensive education. Today, unfortunately, the education is prevalent. Education you can get from the laptop, you can get from Google, you can get from the worldwide network. And today the education is being achieved through that only. The teachers, they imbibe the knowledge, they let the student imbibe the knowledge through their personality. Earlier in my age, since I am not very old, but what I feel is like in 70s and 60s, my teacher used to teach me through his acharan, through his conduct, how he used to feel like world. तो ये जो शिक्षा प्रणाली है, इसके बारे में थोड़ा सा we are making some questions. What is education and what is vidya? शिक्षा और विद्या क्या है? हमारे जो today's education, whatever is today's education, ये जीवन की समस्याएं सुलझाने के लिए पर्याप्त नहीं है. जिस किसी ने भी पढ़ाई की है, अगर आप देखें तो उसने बहुत कुछ अभी नहीं आता उसको. मैं तो IAS ऑफिसर्स मेरे पास आते हैं, IPS ऑफिसर्स, बड़े बड़े ऑफिसर्स आते हैं, एंड दे आर इन स्ट्रेस, दे आर इन टेंशन, व्हेन दे स्पीक अबाउट देयर प्रॉब्लम्स, माय सन इज़ नॉट फॉलोइंग मी एंड ही डजंट फॉलो, माय डॉटर डजंट फॉलो मी एंड शी इज़ नॉट फॉलोइंग द नॉर्म्स ऑफ द लाइफ. तो आप बताइए क्या करें? होठ सूख जाते हैं, बोलते नहीं बनता, पैसे कम मिलते हैं, 1 लाख 1.5 लाख रुपए सैलरी मिल रही है, वो भी कम लगती है उनको. तो दिस इज़ व्हाट इज़ द एजुकेशन विच हैज़ मेड दैट मैन. अब एजुकेशन के साथ अगर विजडम होती तो शायद समस्या सुलझाने का एक तकनीक हो जाती। हमारा जीवन केवल भौतिक आवश्यकताओं तक सीमित रह गया है, फिजिकल नीड्स, वी आर लिमिटेड अप टू फिजिकल नीड्स, दैट्स ऑल। संवेदना भी हमारे भीतर है, वी हैव टू इमेजिन दैट वी हैव गॉट इमोशंस, we have got feelings, and we have got something to do, sacrifice, renunciate, and do tapas. Recently an incident happened with me. I was offered the membership of the Rajya Sabha as a nominated by President of India, and it was honor for any person, and lot of people are roaming with lots and lots of money to get that nomination or get that election to be done, but I refused it. Next day I refused it. They offered it first day, second day I refused. Why? I have a portal, and in that portal I put up question to my followers, should I go to Rajya Sabha? Then they answered, 95% people, they answered, no, you should not go. Why? Because being outside you can do the lot of change, but being inside the house you cannot bring the change. We know inside the house what is happening. Now learning that truth of the society out of my organization, I understood one thing, that I had to learn sacrifice. I had to renunciate. I immediately next day I refused, and then I sent a very apologetically letter in a very humble way to Vice President of India, Prime Minister of India, and the party which offered me. So you can imagine the tyag is also necessary in the world. This we have to explain to the children also. Tyag, learn to live with sacrifice, learn to live with humbleness, learn to live with polity. All these things are very, very important. These are the three things which are not prevalent in education today. Education system doesn't teach us tyag and tap. Education system doesn't teach us how to awaken our emotions and how to enhance our emotions. वर्तमान शिक्षा व्यवस्था प्रिवेलिंग जो इनमें से किसी भी प्रयोजन की पूर्ति पारंगत करने में सक्षम नहीं, whether it is ICSE or whether it is CBSE or any curriculum, no curriculum is competent enough to give us this. So what to do? Should we include religion in there? No, not at all. I am not asking that. Bhagwakaran nahi. I am telling you about values to be inculcated in the each and every part of the course. Whether you are teaching physics or whether you are teaching chemistry or whether you are teaching mathematics or statistics, inculcate in that the values. Start teaching values and qualities by giving examples of the great people, and just inject a little bit from the early stage of the life. Gradually, by the standard 10, the boy will be or girl will be much more spiritual, much more knowledgeable, and wisdom will be much more. This is what is my opinion. Prevailing misconceptions about benefits of modern education. I also was taught in a convent school from beginning to my medical education, and up to passing my MD in medicine. When I saw my fate, that I was unable to even express many things about Indian culture. But because of the family background, my father was a district judge, and because of the family background and because of the many satsangs going on in the house, and then he going to his guru, taking me sometimes with him, these things developed few things in me, few emotions in me, and because of that only I came to this particular field of spirituality. So this misconception about the benefits of modern education is, number one, education makes you happy. Now you can see there are very small words. Teacher beats student to death for let homework. This is one example. Education boosts moral values. If it beats moral values, then the Patna Medical College, Patna Medical kills self, family alleged rep by the teacher or by the person. This is something which is happening. Again the same next example. Education boosts moral values. Patna Medico kills self. Family alleges ragging. I have also passed through ragging for 1.5 years. There was an intensive ragging, but somehow my fate or my luck was in such a way that I was the topper of the college, and that way I was ragged maximum than the others. A topper is always made victim by the seniors, but I got very good seniors, and when I answered their queries and I told them about spirituality, then they started becoming better with me. So I think the ragging is also one thing which is causing a havoc in the society. Now there are lots of rules and regulations, but still I feel that there is something missing in the society, and because of that the various things are happening. Right now you have not heard about them, but within a month perhaps you will start listening from Lady Shri Ram College and many other colleges how they were asked to. If you come to medical college and if you see the ragging pattern there in the medical college, it is worst. It is really worst. But the ragging actually disreputes a man. Ragging hurts your ego, and sometimes people conduct suicide after ragging. So this is something which should be banned. Education builds character. There is a misconception. Education builds character. No, education doesn't build character. Education makes you knowledgeable. Education makes you informative. There is bombardment of knowledge, bombardment of information in the education system. And that bombardment of information coming from the computer or computer from the teacher, you are getting through education. But that bombardment of information is not going to build up your character. That character will be built by the moral values. And those moral values are lacking and missing in the institutions today. When I come from my city Haridwar to Delhi, and I come through a sector which is known as Merit Delhi route through Mawana, through this route, I see about more than 200 institutions. And these 200 institutions are making new engineers, making new doctors, making new managers, and very lucrative buildings, very attractive buildings, but no teacher there. There are very less number of teachers, and those teachers who are there, they are just earning money by getting salary and because of their presence, and the students just want degrees. So education has been limited to degrees. If you want a degree-oriented education, and that degree-oriented education in which that person goes anywhere, he will get a job. Don't think about that. The people are now quality-oriented, and nobody will take you anywhere. It's a very, very strange figure to note that 800,000 8 lakh engineer, they are unemployed, and they are doing those jobs which a peon does. He became engineer and now he is unemployed, and because of earning is a necessity for the family, he is doing a job of, means if a small job of peon or a small job of chaprasi comes, the applications come from engineers also. A patwari job, the applications go from engineer side. I'm not, because I'm a medical doctor, I'm not saying like that. Doctor earns money because he has to exploit the persons. So he earns the money by giving anything, and they earn money. But engineer cannot do anything because he doesn't know anything. And that's why all engineers are not same. I'm not talking about IITs, I'm not talking about many institutions, bigger institutions. I'm talking about these things. Education makes you aware about health. It doesn't. Nowadays the education system is that it doesn't make you aware. You are ultimately totally unaware about how to keep calm, how to keep cool, how to be healthy, what nutritious food you should take. You should avoid fast food. You can take it once a month or once a week or once a 15 days, but don't take it daily. Our mother and father, parents, they are also uneducated. they start giving that type of food or that type of things to the children which they want and they also want. So ultimately our food system has been totally disrupted. So lifestyle is so much distorted today that ultimately our education system is also affected by that. Education builds character. Now you can see अश्लील हरकत करते हुए पकड़े गए 9 छात्र छात्राओं को स्कूल से निकाला. छात्र छात्रा दोनों, boys and girls both. And lot of cases of drinking are found in the colleges and universities. When I used to study, I know that my dean was so strict that even if he found a single incident of drug or drink, that boy was suspended for 6 months immediately. And ultimately, after writing apology and parents coming, then only he used to take. Now I have put up this discipline in my university. In my university also, I have got course up to PhDs right from the BSc, BA, and I have made a very important rational change in education system in my area, at least this particular area, northern area, that a specific punishment will be given to him, because we have explained everything to the parents, explained everything to the children, but because of the cheaper education, we are giving them very subsidized education. Everybody cannot pay money, so like anything. So 26,000 to 30,000 rupees a year is the fee structure. Psychologist, yoga therapist, or you can become a Indian culture specialist, ICTM, you can become a tourism manager. All these courses which I am running, I am running computer program, I am running journalism, mass communication, and I am going to start military sciences also. So there are so many things which are there, but the fee is not increased, because we get money from the masses, from the people. And because of them, they being paying, a lot of people, they adopt the children. The poor children, they are being adopted by them. So their fee is being paid by them. So because of that, if you have come and you are doing some wrong thing, you will be also expelled. I send them packed up within 24 hours. You see, military is very strict, army is very strict, air force is very strict. I know strictness is there, but I am more stricter than them. I call the parents and I dismiss the boy because he was found with a bottle of liquor. Any previous history? No. I say, go to the home for 3 months, learn with your mother and father, and if you are found to be behaving properly, then only I'll take you again. And if you don't behave properly, then you won't come. This is what is the necessity today. Education makes us strong and positive. It doesn't happen. People are becoming negative. This thing doesn't never happen, and this negativity is so much prevailing that ultimately a lot of nuisance is happening in the schools and colleges. I give them a slogan: negativity out, positivity in. Negativity out, positivity in. This is the formula which I have given to them. And second formula which I have given is be born again. Be born again, फिर से पैदा हो जाओ, and start behaving like a young child who is developing, grooming up. So then you will forget about the past if you have done anything wrong in the past. And these two slogans have made my children very smarter. The missing link: education makes us more human. No, it doesn't. Humanity is not there in ample amount. What humanity we should see in the cases of disaster, or in case of accidents on this road, we don't find that. अरे कौन पुलिस के केस में फंस जाएंगे, क्या करेंगे इसको करके? We don't do it. Ultimately, we have to find the missing link. We are living in an era of short-sightedness. So short-sightedness to a broader vision. What went wrong? From crime to exploitation, indulgence in sense gratification to the consumption of the resources, and adoption of the pure fair and unfair means to maintain economic growth, everything is attributed to the education's elites of today. We are supposed to be the person who are responsible for that. No proper policies in place for human development and character building. I am very sorry to say that in Government of India, we don't have a proper policy of education which should be applied to all. We are giving them information. We are making them doctor. We are making them engineer, manager. But we are not making them human being. And this making them human being is value-based education. My guru, you can see the photograph of my guru. If the education fosters ego, he told Shri Ram Sharma Acharya ji, laziness and immoral behavior, then it is better to remain uneducated. गांव का आदमी ज़्यादा अच्छा है, पढ़ा लिखा नहीं है, बेईमानी नहीं सीखी उसने, शहर में आ गया, बेईमानी सीख ली, सब कुछ सीख लिया. The other dimensions of the knowledge or that other dimension is vidya. One is education, shiksha. The other dimension is vidya, wisdom, value-based education. Informative education has its own role in human development, but missing other dimension should also be included. If the other dimension is not included, then shiksha alone is not going to give you. Shiksha and vidya, these are two faculties. We have to blend them together. Vidya gives you humbleness, quality. Vidya gives you respect for teachers, respect for parents, respect for country, respect for the people who are saving the country from the enemies. So that thing comes from Vidya. Vidya ya amritam rashnute. Vidya gives you amritva. Immense knowledge and immense values to get liberated from here. This is Isha Vasya Upanishad. I told you first one was Yat Kincha Jagatyam Jagat. Then this is another one. Vidyam cha avidyam cha. They say avidya is Vigyan, science today. Vidya is spirituality. Vidyam cha avidyam cha yastad vedo bhayam saha avidya mrityu titva vidyaya mritvashnute. One who knows the correct knowledge and also criticizes the false knowledge. For him, by criticism of the false knowledge which causes suffering, he overcomes suffering. And by practice of correct knowledge which causes enjoyment, he obtains mukti. This is what is Vidya and Shiksha. I am going to explain you these two words very multiplyingly. Vidya means refinement of your attitude, दृष्टिकोण का परिष्कार. आपका जो attitude है towards society, towards life, towards the human being, towards the humanity as at large, how you can rectify that. चिंतन और भावनाओं में उत्कृष्टता, आपकी थिंकिंग में, आपकी फीलिंग्स में, आपके इमोशंस में हाईएस्ट आइडियल्स होना चाहिए. इसके बिना मनुष्य के अंतराल में छिपी रहस्यमय दिव्यता का विकास नहीं हो सकता. ईच सोल इज पोटेंशियली डिवाइन. स्वामी विवेकानंद सेड, each soul is potentially divine. The goal is to manifest that divinity within or out by any means, a work or worship or anything. That thing has to come up. That thing, if it doesn't come up, then the mystic divyata, that divinity, won't come up. Purpose of true knowledge is greatness of character, which in turn manifests itself in the form of higher and nobler life. Character making is done by the blending of the knowledge and the education. Righteous thoughts, virtuous deeds. सत्कर्म और सद्ज्ञान, इन दोनों का समन्वय होना चाहिए. सत्कर्म और सद्ज्ञान का. पर्पज ऑफ ट्रू नॉलेज, महानता, मानवता को आंतरिक श्रेष्ठता का विकास जिस क्रम से होता है, महानता और मानवता की आंतरिक श्रेष्ठता का विकास जिस क्रम से होता है, उसी क्रम से मनुष्य की आकांक्षाएं, विचारणाएं, गतिविधियाँ. यू सी हाउ ही इज डेवलपिंग हिज एम्बिशंस, व्हाट आर हिज फीलिंग्स अबाउट फ्यूचर, व्हाट आर हिज फीलिंग्स अबाउट नेशन, what are his feelings about the politicians, what are his feelings about the statesmen of this country, what is his feeling about the culture of this country, what is his feeling about the surroundings, his friends. These things, they become greater and greater and bigger, and they get the most understandingly, they become more and more powerful when he starts developing the true knowledge. The scientific spirituality which I practice, science and spirituality combined together. Believe spirituality with science and believe science with spirituality. Then this spirituality is not religion. Religion is something different. Religion is some mythology, ethics and the metaphysics. But spirituality is the quality which we have inside us embodiment of knowledge which we have inside us, you're trying to utilize for your own development and development of society. The universal science of refinement of intrinsic tendencies, awakening of consciousness, wisdom, and awakening of inner self, your development of the inner self, आत्मबल को बढ़ाना, inner strength को बढ़ाना, and should be an integral part of holistic education. The holistic education, our main target today is to know about holistic education. Holistic education will come only when science and spirituality are combined together. I am not against science. I am a man of science, and I am telling you, science and spirituality should be mixed together like a titration. Titration of the two should be done in such a way, proper way, that some amount of science, some amount of education, the spirituality is inculcated in day-to-day life through your curriculum. So a lot of drastic changes need to be done in the curriculum also. Behavioral traits, belief in hard work, shramshilta, cooperation with others, sahakarita. Nobody wins a football match or hockey match without giving passes. So learn to live with others, don't do alone. Learning self-control, अपने ऊपर संयम, आपके ऊपर संयम होना चाहिए. Good conduct, courteousness, शिष्टाचार. Now actually one thing is very, very common. This शिष्टाचार is very much taught in our schools. You should come with tie, you should come with these clothings and other things. And then you are told to say thank you very much whenever anything is given to you. Thank you very much. This is what is being taught in a very small convent school. Name is convent, but in a street there are 30 or 40 boys and girls which are studying from a very poor community, and they are being taught in a very costly setup. पैसा भी बहुत ज़्यादा लेते हैं. रिक्शे में 20-20 बच्चे बैठ के जाते हैं और वो जाके वहाँ से सीख के क्या आते हैं, हमने थैंक यू वेरी मच सीखा आज, और टाई लगा के गए थे. टाई से क्या करना उनको नहीं आता था. तो my dear brothers and sisters, this शिष्टाचार has to be made into etiquettes, proper etiquettes, and those proper etiquettes should be that you should be very, very sincere to your country, sincere to your elders, sincere to your family members, sincere to your friends. Organizational skill leadership, suvyavastha. This is something which is very important. If God gives something to we people like us, He will give us one thing which is pratibha, intelligence. And that intelligence, when it will come, it will bring 4 things in us. One is capacity development of capacity. We'll start learning developing capacity. Number 2, we'll start learning how to refine our personality. Number 3, if we start getting that excellence, that super excellence inside us, then the third thing which will come is learning the managerial skill. Managerial capability, managing your own resources, managing your own house, managing your school work, another thing. And lastly, leading from the front. These are the 4 points which give you from excellence. The intellectual traits are thoughtfulness, samajhdari. I have put up in a very small, very simple Hindi language, समझदारी. आप समझदारी से काम करिए. हम जैसे कई बार कहते हैं समझदारी से काम कीजिए. वाई यू आर डूइंग एज ना समझ की तरह से कैसे काम कर रहे हैं. इंटीग्रिटी एंड ऑनेस्टी, ईमानदारी. रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी इन ओनरशिप, लाइक जिम्मेदारी. एंड स्ट्रेंथ एंड करेज, लाइक बहादुरी. I tell my children, my students, I got 5,000 students in my university. I tell them, कहीं भी पानी बह रहा हो नल का तो तुम बंद नहीं कर सकते क्या? This university is your mother. Why can't you do it? You should try to think that you are the leader of this university. So you should try to, कहीं कचरा है तुम उठा के फेंक नहीं सकते क्या? This is how my teachers also teach them, and I also teach them in my classes. Categorization of values. There are few values which I am going to tell you as per Western concept. Personal values, social values, moral values. Personal values are excellence, honesty, self-confidence, self-motivation, punctuality, ambition, courage, creativity, imagination. I will send this presentation to all of you. through email. I'll send it to you. So no need of any writing if you are unable to write. Social values like love, affection, friendship, cooperation, hospitality, courage, service, justice, freedom, patience, forgiveness. They are the social values. Moral values are respecting the right of others. You should try to respect the right of others. Keeping promises, avoiding cheating, dishonesty, showing gratitude to others. Cultural values are concerned with right and wrong, good and bad, custom and behavior. And they are reflected in language, they are reflected in ethics, they are reflected in social hierarchy and aesthetic and education and law, economical philosophies. Then another value is spiritual values. The ultimate ethical value is called spiritual value. And spiritual values are piety, being pious, meditation, meditative, yoga to be followed, self-discipline, control yourself, sanyam, what we call it, purity, and which is known as suchita in Hindi, and devotion to higher goal. Spiritual values highlight the principle of self-restraint, atma sanyam, and ultimately universal values. If we talk of universality, it is universal values which reflect the essence of being human. If you are a human being, then the one thing you must know, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the whole universe is a family. So you should do everything for the family, for the whole universe. It is through universal values that we link ourselves with humanity. If something is happening wrong through ISIS, I should be concerned with it. And I should start spreading awareness in the masses about it. What I can do is, I can at least talk about it, and I can say that what is happening is wrong. It is totally barbaric life which they are leading to. Universal values can be experienced as life, joy, brotherhood, love, compassion, service, bliss, truth and eternity. I'll just give you one example of Delhi. There are few people from Northeast who are studying in Delhi. Now, there was a hostile attitude seen in our university students, JNU students and the university students, and they were beaten. Why? Because they didn't look like us. This should not happen. Human beings are all equal. Now, there's recently incident has occurred in USA. The black people have killed white people. We just came out of that. In last 200 years, we came out of that, black and white. Blacks are running the country. But now what has happened wrong? What is wrong? The atmosphere is not good. Atmosphere is very much polluted today. So we have to create awareness in the masses. Universal values. Then how to give them. मूल्यों की शिक्षा कैसे दी जाए? You will ask me, because you are teachers or you are principals or you are officers, that example from the life of the great persons like Ramakrishna Paramahansa, like Swami Vivekananda, Sri Aurobindo, like Christ, like Mother Teresa, and from anyone who is good, who has done practice some values. Example from the life of my guru, Acharya Shriram Sharma. He has he has a following of 120 million people, and this is a very big organization, awgp, All World Gayatri Pariwar, and he himself has written 3,200 books. So you can imagine that how he tried to transform the people by thought revolution. Imparting value education, starting with simple practice of sitting quietly for 5 minutes. 5 minutes शांत होके बैठ जाए. If you can do it in class, that is a wonderful achievement. 5 minutes quietly. Sit quietly with a meditative posture. Feeling the breath with closed eyes, and the elementary practice of deep breathing, proper posture, soham sadhana, soham, by inhaling so, by exhaling hum, in primary schools. If we can start with the primary schools. Gradually incorporating higher levels of pranayama, spiritual meditation, like meditation on the sun, early morning rising sun, or a flower, a beautiful flower, or a fragrance, or anything which is your deity. You can meditate on that. 5 minutes meditation, if you teach it to a child of about 1 to 5, 0 to 5, 5 to 10, you see the acceptance and the grasping power at that particular stage is so much that if they start learning meditation at that stage, they will become very good students, very good cultured and value-based persons, and they will be a good citizen of the society. This is what is the essence of giving them a spiritual feedback. Imparting value education, modules could be designed for a special practice session, workshop for students of different age groups, and psychological makeup, and also for the teachers and the parents. I have got the packages for the parents also, and I have got the packages for the teachers also, and we do teacher training program at all over the country at various places besides our headquarters in Haridwar. Discourses on scientific spirituality in day-to-day life. I told you about scientific spirituality. This is something which is very important, that people start learning. The future of religion is scientific spirituality. If scientific spirituality comes, the difference between the Allah and my God, your God, all this will disappear. When scientifically we are explaining everything, then nothing will be creating difference between people. We have to revive the tradition, Rishi tradition. And Rishi tradition had four people. Teacher, Shikshak, to teach, is teaching, Shikshak. Preacher, Acharya, who used to preach through his conduct. And Guru, who used to be the spiritual Guru. And Sadguru, he is the topmost part of this, all four. So these are the four categories. Or I have explained more in कला सिखाने वाला शिक्षक, जो आपको आर्ट ऑफ डे टू डे लाइफ सिखाता है. ज़िंदगी सिखाने वाला आचार्य, जो ज़िंदगी सिखाता है, ज़िंदगी कैसे जीना. चेतना के गहन मर्म से परिचय कराने वाला, योर ओन इनर कॉन्शियसनेस टू मेक यू अवेयर ऑफ अबाउट दैट इज़ गुरु. और शिष्य को अपने में मिला लेने वाला, उसका योगक्षेम वहन करने वाला, कि भाई आई विल टेक केयर ऑफ यू, डोंट वरी, your all welfare will be done by, that is Sadguru, like Sri Krishna. Yogeshwar Krishna says in Gita, Yog Shevam Vahamyaham, to his disciple Arjun. Keeping this all this, now this was the main theme. Now keeping all this in mind, I started a university in 2002 in Haridwar. And just like a modern Gurukul Parampara, and people, boys and girls are from various walks of life all over the country. There is a entrance examination, and through entrance examination we give admission to BSc, BA certificate courses, and about more than, we have got 59 courses which are being run there. And it is a residential university, so you are supposed to be there 24 hours. You learn a lot through the vibrations of the atmosphere also. शिक्षा के साथ विद्या, एजुकेशन विद द नॉलेज, भौतिक सफलता के साथ आध्यात्मिक उन्नति, फिजिकल मीन्स 90% प्लेसमेंट ऑफ आवर स्टूडेंट्स शोज that these people, 90% I am saying so because 10% become placement in our institution only. They start teaching in our institution only. And व्यक्तित्व के विकास के साथ साथ व्यक्तिगत विकास, not only personality but your own development, self development. This should be done. This is a glimpse of this particular value education, a unique experiment. And this is on Dehradun Haridwar road, on the border of district Haridwar and Dehradun. So we are spread in about 250 acre area, and the teachers and all the students, they all live together in a campus of about 100 acre, and they live together. They are available in the evening after the classes are over for 1 or 2 hours. They are available for various question answers also. So there is a development of the personality also. There is a eye on their own development also, self development also. So definitely all these things they pay, because this is how the system should be of all the universities. Disciplined college life, regular yoga, righteous eating. We give them our mess made food, in which the prefects are the prefects of the students. They select which vegetable should be cooked today. They come and see kitchen themselves, and every 15 days we ask them to change the menu, whatever you want to change the menu. Regular meditation, serene, vibrant ambience full of positivity. Then the one thing which is very important in this is I take classes, and I don't take class on medicine, I take class on meditation. Meditation and Gita. I teach them Gita. And you won't believe, it is telecast live also, and about more than 150,000 persons they attend to those classes from all over the world, and they are available on the YouTube also with my name, Pranav Pandya. If you just log in, you will find all those more than 400 to 500 classes. They are available there, and they give you basically the concept of living, how to live life properly. My personal initiatives are try to develop the interest of students with lots of examples from past to present from Indian culture. Then I try to explain the essence of scriptures in simplest possible language. I try to convey the essence of my own experiences, and I have lived that life, modern life I have lived. I have lived a rich man's life also, and I am living in a very, very modest life now. So from that to this, how I can teach through my example. Then I try to answer the queries of the students. Each session has 10 minutes, 15 minutes for the questions. Questions come earlier, means about 5 minutes before, and then I go on reading and go on answering those questions. That makes them very, very much positive, because they get their answers before the class. Then Gyan Diksha. What we do is that we start the session with a Gyan Diksha Samaroh. And this Gyan Diksha is, you see, we all know convocation, but we don't know invocation. Convocation is end of education. We do end of education by the colleges, but invocation is initiation of education. So let them know where are you entering, where are you going. So this invocation ceremony is being done in our university, and because of seeing the beauty of this university's quality, many universities have started doing it, and then they want our representative to do it. So our representatives, they go there, our teachers go and conduct it. In around more than 200 institutions, we are doing invocation ceremony, Gyan Diksha Samaroh. One of the program very unique is internship program, and this internship program is they have to go to social service for 1 month to 3 months. Certificate courses 1 month, and the PG courses and the UG courses 3 months. And in 3 months they learn the basic society, our villages, our rural areas, our urban areas, and our people, our country, what it is. सपनों में रहते हैं, उनको पता ही नहीं रहता क्या होता है। आज के कॉलेजेस और आज के स्कूल में पढ़ने वाले बच्चे कहाँ रहते हैं बताइए। उन्होंने कब मिक्सिंग हुई, उनकी जनता से मिक्सिंग तो हुई नहीं, तो जनता की सेवा कैसे करेंगे। तो लेट देम गो फॉर 3 months. So in 2 years or 3 years they go for 3 months, and in 6 months and 1 year they go for 1 month, 1 to 1.5 months, and then they start making them friends, and then adopting villages and other things. Dev Sanskriti Vishwavidyalaya University, we are trying to build up Pratibhashali Lok Sevi और ऋषि प्रणीत जीवन दर्शन, ज्ञान के ऊपर युगानुकूल शोध, researches. About more than 180 researches have been done. Out of them 80 have been done under me, and there are various teachers also who have done the researches on yoga, psychology and Indology, our Indian culture. In DSVV, we are imparting values to the teachers also. We are running teacher training program there, and they come from all walks of life, in all other institutions. And like I have come to you today, all of you, if you wish to come, if you can wish to come, you can contact me and you can come there, and you can stay with us. 10,000 people can stay comfortably, and it's a very big campus. So you can come and stay there, and this is the only ashram in which there is no charge for anything, neither for living, neither for eating, neither nothing. We don't charge from mass people. We charge from whatever we do, it comes from the masses. About more than 120 million people, they donate us 1 rupee per day, or 1 day's salary, or whatever they have. whatever they want to give. So this is how this whole institution is running, and it's a unique thing of this institution. Future plan. Our other contribution to the value-based education is future plan is to have the convocation ceremony. Like you can see our present president and the past president APJ Kalam Sahab also being present over there. Our other contributions to the value-based education are the vast literature which our Gurudev has written, and he has written more than 3,000 books. And these books are teaching really moral values. You can see the books bahar rakhi upstairs. Upstairs the books are there. You can pick up any book and you can just go on reading it. These are the revolutionary literature of 21st century. I have also written 200 books. They are also available in that. Revolutionary literature, a set of 30 books selected by my master. And he said essence of all my books are these 30 books, 20 books. Lucid explanation of current prevailing problems, and available in 8 Indian and international languages. Bharatiya Sanskriti Gyan Pariksha. We started in 1994 with 250 students in Bhopal. Now 4.8 million boys and girls appear all over the country. 48 lakh बच्चे बैठते हैं उसमें. And this particular thing is being prepared. We prepared them to learn about culture, Indian culture, and world culture, everything. And ultimately they appear in the examination, they pass the examination, they are awarded. And this is something which can be started in your schools also. Bharatiya Sanskriti Gyan Pariksha, you can see year 2000, year 2014, 48 lakh. My appeal to all of you, now with the women's inclusion in the Air Force, the treatment of women and girls in male-dominated profession is a part of value education, and especially for boys. If we start teaching these things, then ultimately in this insensitive society, we will get a lot of good feedback. Other efforts to inspire moral values, you have to remind and make students aware of the full extent of the privileges they enjoy as member of Air Force, families or future other families, and how they should use this position of privilege to benefit the less fortunate rather than use their benefits to engage in superficial pursuits like materialism and conspicuous consumption. You see, the only goal is materialism. We should try to tell them that materialism is not the only goal. Materialistic life plus spiritualistic life, combine them together, 50% together. Adhyatmavadi bhautikta, spiritualistic materialism. This is this particular slide denotes you about my organization, which is at the junction of the Dehradun and Haridwar district. Means that extreme of Haridwar, away from the chaos. And on the back you can see Ganges river on the back of our ashram, and the mountains, Himalayas. Very serene location. You can come. You are all the time welcome to attend our various sessions also. 9 days camps, 1 month camp, and then you can come for a short duration like 3 days, 1 or 2 or 3 days. Just informing us. Man making Odyssey of Shantikunj. This is the man making Odyssey of Shantikunj Haridwar, and you are most welcome to join this grand experiment for universalization of the human values. Thank you very much for listening to me.
Request Assistant Chief of Air Staff, Air Vice Marshal S.S. Sharma, to present Dr. Pranav Pandya with the Air Force memento.
And also Air Commodore L.N. Sharma, Principal Director Education, to receive a small token of love.